Nick's story. A threat of distraint. Nick has had a letter that he's very worried about.
I worked under the construction industry scheme for the past 10 years or so, till I was laid off last year. I agree I owe the revenue money, but I can't afford to pay. They kept writing to me, I didn't know what to do, so I just ignored them. And now I've got this frightening letter from HMRC saying that they'll order a distraint visit, whatever that is, if I don't pay up. I haven't got any money.
Distraint is when HMRC sends someone to value and seize your goods if they believe that tax is due and you have failed to reach an agreement about paying them. They will sell these goods for whatever they can get, and cars are at particular risk of seizure. Nick should get some advice on how to deal with HMRC. Let's see what happens to Nick after he speaks to a tax aid advisor.
We can advise you how to deal with debt management people in HMRC. In the meantime, you have the right to deny entry to the distraint officer. Make sure everyone in the household is aware of this. You may also want to consider parking your van away from your house.
I only received job seekers allowance last year. How do they expect me to pay?
You'll need to explain this to HMRC. If they don't know, they can't help you. Even if you cannot pay it immediately, you should contact HMRC and explain your circumstances. Ask for a short suspension until you're working again and to pay by instalments, known as time to pay. Tell them you can't pay, not that you're unwilling to pay. The maximum amount of time you'll normally be allowed is 12 months. Unfortunately, interest will be payable.
Oh, thanks. Well, I didn't know what to do before, but well, at least now things are getting under control.
Now let's see what happens to Nick when he continues to ignore HMRC and distraint occurs.
I couldn't pay them anything, so what was the point in contacting HMRC? They took my van and other goods, sold them for a pittance, and I still owe most of the debt. I wish I'd have done something before it got to this stage.
It's important not to ignore letters from HMRC, even if you can't pay them right now. They can take your situation into account and try to come to an agreement about paying. But if you don't contact them about the money you owe, you will have distraint visits and maybe worse. Hank, on the other hand, was looking forward to his day in court. Look at Hank's story to see what can happen when the courts get involved. For information on HMRC debt enforcement, including distraint, see www.taxaid.org.uk.